4, etc., etc. Angie's up first. Angie, hello, good afternoon.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm good, very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Off you go.
I would play Connor Cody, whatever, in a 3 or a 4. I think that his enthusiasm, what he brings to the team as a whole is fantastic. His never say die attitude. I'm not a Wolves fan, by the way, but I think that Gareth sees something of himself in Connor Cody. I think he was a journeyman like Connor Cody is to a certain extent. He's never going to be the star player, but he's all heart and he will give his every last drop for the team, really. So I think he's in there, whatever.
You play him alongside Stones, do you, Angie?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is it a worry? Is it a worry for you, England's defence, going into this?
Well, I worry that Harry Maguire's not fit, not completely fit. I'm glad they've got the lads from Brighton in as cover, really, because I think that was definitely may definitely be needed. It's always, a risk going into a tournament with, Henderson injured, possibly not fit, Maguire possibly not fit. So yeah, I think Connor Cody's that experience, that enthusiasm, that never say die attitude that is, could just get him over the line, really.
I'm with you, Angie, all the way here. He plays in a 3, absolutely 100%, and in a 4, if Maguire's not fit, he plays alongside Stones. I think he does like him. I think he likes his leadership qualities. He likes his desire, his passion, and he's good with his feet. He's good with his feet, mate. And what a lesson is that? He's gone from Championship football, do you know what I mean, to Premier League football, to international football, and whatever level he's gone to, he's lifted his game. That's always a good sign.
Big test. Big test. He's just turned 28, I think. I'd say just February, I think.
It's all right. It's older.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre, though, isn't it? No, I know that. But he's coming into it late. Sab's up next. The Wolves fan, of course, knows all about Connor Cody. Hi, Sab.
Hi. Hi, guys. I just wanted to just point out there's a lot of made out about Cody's pace. But if you look at what plays in front of him, I'm a Wolves fan, and seeing him play this year, we have struggled. But we've also struggled with an ageing midfield with Moutinho, and Neves is not a defensive midfielder. So if you look at when John Terry and all them were at their pomp, he had Essien, Makelele, Sylvester, you couldn't even get to the back 4. But when Wolves have been exposed this year, they're on to the back, our defence, very quickly. So I think Cody's good enough. He's a midfielder who's playing at the back. He reads the pass because he's thinking, well, that's the pass I'd play. I'd play Cody all day long. And I think something else about him, that he's passing, he just does, he doesn't hoof it. So I think a lot of things being made about his pace. Well, I tell you what, with the way Moutinho has played this year, anybody would struggle in that back 4.
Yeah.
He's 36, and the Nuno's keeps in faith with players that, it's a bit annoying at times because we need a defensive midfielder, a holding player there in front of the back 4, and we never got one.
Do you think, Sab, then we need 1, not 2? Like Declan Rice will be enough?
Do you know what I'd do? I personally, I'd play Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips. I'd say to the so-called front players and say, your back door's shut. You can, they're not going to score against us. I think Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice would stop anything coming at the back 4 if Maguire is the main player. And I don't care who you play at the back, but it's up to those creative players to worry about their game. But I'd take 2 of them. I'd have a holding midfield. I would say to Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips, stop our back 4 being exposed. And at least he's not going to have to score more than 2 goals to win a game.
So if Maguire's not fit, I think he might be right. I think he will play slightly different. We picked our sides yesterday. I went for 4-3-3. But I honestly believe if he is worried about Maguire, he might go 2 in there, and then it will be Phillips and Rice, and then he go 3-1. And so he has Kane up top, and then there's going to be some quality players miss out. But we know what he'll go for. We've said, I think you're of the same as well. We believe he'll go Sterling and Rashford.
Yeah.
We all want him to go Mount, Foden and Grealish, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. That's always been a problem with Southgate. He's more worried about them rather than let them worry about us. Let's speak to Dave, who's an Arsenal fan. Hi, Dave.
Hiya, matey. You all right?
Yeah,
I don't think it matters who you put in the defence, really. I think more concern is who you put in front of them to protect them, because I think all 3 central defenders are just not good enough to play for England. You put Stones in a Man City team, he shines because he's got great players around him. And Mings, come on. I think it's more important who you play in front of them to protect them. Declan Rice.
Let me ask you this, Dave. I agree with you to some extent. I think if we're going to lose the Euros, it will be because we don't have a good enough defence, not because we can't score goals. Well, with that in mind, do you think the right thing to do is just block up the defence with, 3 at the back and then 2 in front, etc.? Or do you think it's just to go all-out attack and think, you know what, we're not good defensively, but let's just do what we're good at?
Let me tell you what worries me. I mean, I'm 54 years of age. I've seen England through many, many tournaments. Yeah, these youngsters are getting hyped up, and rightly so. They're fantastic young players. The trouble is, you've got Gareth Southgate, whose his first train of thought is how do we not lose the game, not how can we win the game.
Yeah.
You watch how many sideways passes Foden will do in this tournament. He will not go and say to the likes of Foden and people like that, go on, kid, go and express yourself. If you pop up on the left, great. If you pop up on the right, great. Go do what you do with Man City. Watch how many times Foden gets the ball and his first thought will be pass it sideways and everything else. Watch Mount. His train of thought when he plays for Chelsea is, can I get the ball forward? Can I pass it forward? Let's not get excited about this Euros, okay? Our defence is not good enough to win this championship on this occasion. I'm not saying they're not good enough in the future, but on this tournament, they're not good enough. And it doesn't matter if you play Cody, Stones, who I think is a great player, but he's overrated. If you put Stones in a Villa team, no disrespect, or a Southampton or a current Arsenal team, he'd look ordinary.
Well, he's not in there for a reason. He's in there because they think he's quality. Pep Guardiola's playing him because he thinks he's better than Laporte, who the year before, Laporte was out of this world. So I'm not having it Stones as overrated. I think he's a fantastic player and he's playing at Manchester City because he's a fantastic player. And he's keeping out Laporte of the side. He's keeping out a fantastic centre-half who many people the year before were talking about.
He's got a mistake in him, those Stones. That's what worries me. As long as he doesn't try any Cruyff turns inside the box, I think I'll be happy. When we come back, we'll continue the England theme and asking a tough question. Who is England's most important player at this tournament? Most important player? 08717 223344. Dial that number now. We'll take your details and we'll call you back. So when you come on National Radio, it's going to be a free call. But don't hang about because a subject like this, loads of people want their say. So get involved now. Who is England's most important player at the Euros? 08717 223344. This is Drive on talkSPORT in association with Paddy Power.